Alright guys, welcome back to VALORANT News. A big day of matches in the North American side, now culminating in a situation where Evil Geniuses versus 100 Thieves is a very interesting predicament going into the playoffs in North America. EG now ahead of 100 Thieves after their performance last night. Who's going to qualify ahead? What does it mean for Sentinels and NRG as well? Very much intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. First of all, an awesome story I thought to Aspas's father. We'll talk about Aspas in a few minutes time because he was out of control last night, but he cycled his father 318 kilometers over 4 days to to fulfill a promise he made after that Valorant World title victory last year. It's really cool stuff, and just great to see stories like this. I thought, obviously, we've got to address the elephant in the room right now, which is the Sen 6 situation. It's a really tricky one for the community. If you guys didn't see, there was Sick made his return to social media a couple of days ago. He was people were optimistic, right? Because so the story goes that he was obviously the sixth man, right, for Sentinels when he went to the lock-in event in Brazil quite a while ago now. There was some drama that unfolded there at the event, and the Sentinels guys on the starting roster didn't want Sick to be around them, and they tried to kind of force him out a little bit, and Sick wasn't happy about that. He went on stream to explain the situation. Then shortly after that, I believe he was arrested for trespassing at a Ferrari dealership. He was held in jail for a few days. Then Sentinels, I believe, flew his sister down to Texas to kind of get him out of there, to take care of him, paid for his bail, I think, and then he went on a kind of 2-month hiatus from social media, and the feeling was that he probably had recovered to a certain degree and was now back to mostly the Sick that we previously knew, whereas now Sick's made his return to social media the last couple of days and has basically been back to how it was a couple of months ago, where he's tweeting all the time, and he actually turned the stream on yesterday, and it was a really it's sad to watch the stream. I'm not going to share any clips or anything. If you guys really want to watch or find or anything, then feel free to do so, but he's clearly not sober, first of all, and is clearly not in a good mental state, unfortunately. And even ShahZaM made this tweet that we saw yesterday, right? I've got Sick blocked so I can make this tweet, but of course Sick was going to find a way to see it, and then he tweets this out last night. What's the issue? You don't understand the situation or what? And he says, why has he blocked me type thing. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the community can do on this one. I know that people close to Sick have tried to reach out and to help him. I know there's been a discussion that because he's in Texas, unless he actually wants to get help himself, it's going to be really challenging to actually make that happen. So yeah, tricky side of things. I'm going to obviously stay tuned to it over the coming days, but yeah, it's a tricky one to watch, and I'm not really sure what what we can do as a result of this, to be honest. But let's move on to some more brighter topics. Firstly, this and a really big story from the Pacific region. RRQ have definitely been stepping things up lately. They are now finding themselves in an actual decent position. Gotta give credit to LME more, have you about this as well, because he went 46 and 28 this series, and it's global esports, so these guys were looking on the brink of doing something pretty good. They go down 13, 10, 13, 11, really close series, but now that leaves global esports at 2-5, so they were probably the team that I thought out of the bottom 4 previously that could have made a good run here to try and make it as the final team that qualifies. But actually it gets getting very interesting, because obviously Detonation are out of there. RRQ are now 3-4, Gen.G 5-3, T1 also beat Secret yesterday, so that puts them at 3-4, so it's a real battle here to get that final spot for the playoffs. Global esports still might have an outside chance, but it's looking slow after that loss yesterday. So yeah, Dirks of course leading the lines at the top. Let's talk 100 Thieves versus Loud then. So obviously a big test for 100T yesterday, but fundamentally they went into this series not expected to win. Even less says at game day today versus 100 Thieves, we prepared differently and hoped for a good result. So interesting to see exactly what that meant. But as expected, Loud pretty much wiped the floor with them. It's interesting, right? Because all the other teams that have played Loud lately have been very competitive with them, if not won at the first map of the series. Here it was on the Ascent. You thought, all right, maybe this is 100 Thieves' chance to do something, and then they're probably going to lose map 2, map 3. But they got pretty much destroyed game 1. It wasn't particularly competitive. Loud came back big time in the second half of this game. And then we went to split trade decider, and I mean, yeah, I say it every time. What is it with splitting these crazy overtimes? But this moment from Aspas was, look, fundamentally, this is an eco round for 100 Thieves, but you would feel like if they just get their spacing better here, they should be able to at least kill Aspas. Like, the fact that there's nobody around Aspas, he's the only guy on this side of the map here, and there's 500 Thieves players pushing into him. He gets, of course, it's on eco, right? They don't have armor, so he's gonna get these kills, but he's gonna get at least a couple. couple, and obviously he's got the jet to do it, but the spacing here is just so poor. Like, okay, obviously they're going to lose the round anyway because it's an eco, but you just look at these situations and you think, how have they not shut him down here? Like, they give him so long and he just gets all the kills. But I'm sure like 100 Thieves will, I mean, Mike's must be looking at this thinking like, surely you've got a Marshall there against 5 players. They should be able to at least, you know, get 1 kill or get out onto the bomb site, but they just turtle up here after he gets the first 2, and then he's got the teammate support and it's all over. So yeah, obviously not a particularly consequential round, but just indicative of some of the plays that we were seeing.
Oh, suppress the jet. Wait, no, that was their suppress. Never mind. Oh! Oh, good recovery from Asuna. Oh, the drone. Oh my god, bro. Ass passes is in the zone, bro. Show me ass pass. Show me ass pass. You gotta respect it. Oh, the suppress. Oh, he's 20 HP, bro. Wow, they just stole this round like that? That's crazy, bro. What an insane entry from Aspas, no joke.
The patience.
Oh, nice shot though. Nice shot though. Damn, bro, he just took over that round. He actually just took over that round.
At the end there with the spike.
Thanos with his Infinity Stones, that ass. That entry on Bang, dude, you can't even blame Bang at all.
But Aspas, of course, was making other plays, not just that crazy martial ace. As Asuna says, O2 versus Loud, he's absolutely insane, this guy. And as Derek goes on to say, trust me when I say it, nothing still on these Reddit VLR threads will make me as disappointed as I am in myself and our performance this split. We will do better. I'm tired of it saying sorry every other week. Thanks for coming out and supporting us if you did. So look, Derek's a good player, but right now 100 Thieves is just not particularly working out. There's questions, because again, no map wins for this team. There's questions around since Sean Gare's left. Are they in as good a spot as they could be? Cryo had a pretty good series, but the rest of the team got pretty much destroyed, and Aspas was a large reason as to why Les was great as well. I mean, like, these two, it's just an incredible duo, right? I mean, Loud are just insanely good, and it's funny to think how, after making the changes they did, they look just so much more competitive than Sentinels do with the other half of their roster. But yeah, Loud were not, you know, it wasn't close game 1, 13-5, and then it was 15-13, right? You gotta think that if a couple of those maps go a different way, or a couple of those rounds go a different way for Thieves, it was a real close back and forth here between Loud and 100 T, but we know that you can get at Loud, right? They're not dominant in terms of their map results, you know, let's say round win percentage lately. They've lost a lot of rounds. They seem to be testing some things out and just having a good time playing, to be honest. So, you know, 100 Thieves had their chance here on split, a crazy overtime, but as expected, it goes the way of Loud in the end. Aspas with 33 kills. So yeah, what do you guys think about 100 Thieves, what they need to improve on? Because yeah, many of these, it's funny in a way that Cloud9 and EG, the two teams that I expected to be the weakest arguably from the region, at least in part, especially after the Cloud9 changes, are now looking the most promising. So the other game was Crew versus Leviathan. This was, I mean, I don't even know what to say, to be honest. It was the fastest series in the NA in the VCT Americas so far. 13-4, 13-4. By the numbers, it was the quickest series we've had, and it was a complete bloodbath. So yeah, 2 versus Crew. It's funny because Crew were almost looking a little bit better the other day, but now they just completely fell off. So maybe Leviathan are back, maybe Crew are just woeful, but yeah, 007 for Crew. 0 wins, 0 points on the board, I guess, and 7 defeats so far. That now leaves things looking like this. So Crew and Loud, of course, are polar opposites. Loud, Cloud9, they've qualified officially. The remaining spots that are up for grabs, Leviathan at 4-3 should be okay. I don't think it's fully guaranteed yet, but given their map win loss and everything, they should be fine, Leviathan, to qualify. Fury are 4-2. You'd think they'd be okay as well, but they have a couple of very interesting games to come, because the bottom lot here, MIBR, they're probably out of it. Sentinels have a very slim outside chance, but they do play winnable, or at least more winnable games against, I believe, Crew and Fury, maybe, I think is the 2 games they play. But the most interesting thing for me is this kind of middle batch here. You've got NRG at 3-3, Evil Geniuses at 3-4, and now 100 Thieves at 3-4, and then Sen 2-5. So it's a real battle here, apart from Cloud9 in the North American side, to qualify for the playoffs. 2 of these 4 teams will probably do it, and, you know, 2 of them will not. So it's probably going to be 3 NA, 3 kind of South America, let's just say, qualifying for playoffs, which probably makes sense. But which of these 4 teams are going to do it? NRG you would expect would, and it's really interesting just to compare EG and 100 Thieves run in, because, like, they're both 3-4. They already played each other further and 100 Thieves won that series. That might be important. But Evil Geniuses from now to the end, they play MIBR. I think both of these teams play MIBR still to come. So, you know, that could be a win. It probably should be a win for both teams. But EG, I have more confidence in doing that right now than I do 100 Thieves. And then 100T play Furia, I think. And I'm pretty sure EG play NRG as their final game. So that's a really big one as well. And 100 Thieves Furia is big also. So if 100 Thieves were to beat MIBR but then were to lose to Furia, they'd be what, you know, 4 in 5 with not a very good map win percentage. So yeah, I don't know, man, but it's really interesting to see this 100 Thieves team that came in like as such a highly, well, valued, let's say, by the North American teams, is now sitting themselves on the verge of elimination to none other than Evil Geniuses. So really crazy stuff. Enjoy your thoughts in the comments below. Wanted to share this as well from Demon 1 though, because if EG were to qualify for playoffs and they were to then get top 3 and qualify for Masters, apparently Demon 1 won't be able to go to Tokyo. This is, I'm guessing, a rule with Japanese visas or whatever, that because Demon 1 wasn't with the team at the start of the season, maybe this is a Riot thing, maybe this is an EG thing, maybe this is a Japan thing, but apparently Demon 1 won't be able to go if that's the case. So if that happens, they're going to need to bring someone else in, and maybe that's where their 10-man roster comes into its own. But yeah, obviously Demon 1's been a massive part of their turnaround lately, so if he was to be able to not go to Tokyo, that would be very disappointing. But of course, they've got to do the hard work to try and qualify first.
If you quad Tokyo, I literally cannot go. It's not up to me. I'm not on the roster for Tokyo. It's BCJ and record. As the 6 man.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Because what team you're better off answering because he's going to make a use. You're not on the roster for Tokyo because they submitted like months ago. Because the process to go to Tokyo was like super long.
Crazy how we just pre-fired your dismiss right there though.
It took like months to like verify everyone and all of that for Tokyo. And I wasn't on the team at the time. So. Yeah, because the process is like super long for all of that. But you never know.
So very much enjoyed your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care. And I'll see you next time.